match number 39 of the Tata IPL 2024, and we are once again back at Chennai, where Chennai Super Kings will face the Lucknow Super Giants. Few days ago, they faced each other at the Ikana Stadium. So I think they're traveling back together. They are traveling together. They're practicing together, and they're going to face together once again today at evening 7 o'clock. But I have Rohan with me. Rohan, the previous encounter where Lucknow Super Giants, shall I say, dominated the fixture and they won it comprehensively. Can we see Chennai bouncing back today?
Yeah, I feel. I mean, anyway, even that game was like a home game for Chennai. With the sea of yellow there, and the MS fans were rooting. I think KL summed it up well that the noise level will be such a thing that the players need to get used to. So I won't be surprised how it was there, if not more, at the Ambud and in Chepauk. So I think pretty sure the entertainment factor and people's craze for MSD will be high. But the game will be pretty much good. We have seen Chepauk now, good pitch, unlike
Yeah.
yesteryear's, a bit more what do you call balanced there rather than more spin friendly. So you'll get a good game is what I hope for.
Let's hope that because we have seen a few high scoring encounters, but that game against the Kolkata Knight Riders turned out to be the old Chepauk we all remembered. So let's see what happens. But this game is very much important for both the sides when it comes to the points table. Both the teams desperately do need 2 points. And let's take a look into the points table so far till match number 37. The points table so far, Rajasthan Royals is just cruising with Kolkata Knight Riders and the Sunrisers Hyderabad following each other.
Yeah, I mean, RR has been the hands down team to beat. I know they have done a few iffy decisions which can be questioned, but at the end of the day, the results is what is there for everyone to look into. So I think RR has leapfrogged everyone, and KKR too have been very impressive because of the power hitters and as well as the good spinners they have. You can't rule out Sunil Narayan's impact there too. But all other teams, I think, are in that middle kind of a cluster. As you mentioned, SRH, CSK, LSG, even GT after the other day's win, I think they are doing pretty well. It's just the bottom place is pretty much fixed for the couple of teams that we love. Uh, but end of it, as you are seeing, the middle is what always will be the run rate factor. At the end, will be the decisive feel. Is what I feel will be the deciding factor for the playoff spots.
Okay, but shall we also say seven teams battling for the four spots, including the Mumbai Indians?
Uh, Mumbai, yeah, definitely. The kind of big names and stars that they have, they always will be in contention. But I'm not sure how much of the momentum they can get into it leading up because of all the things happening in the background. I'm not sure they're as consistent that we are hoping for. They're always having that up and down kind of momentum going. I think to get into playoff, you need a strong finish, which generally M might do it. But I feel it may be just a bit too late for them. But they're always in a threatening team for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But so far we have seen seven games played. Leave RR. I think they will potentially make it to the playoffs. KKR, SRH already in 10 points. CSK, LSG also already in 8 points. As the games are progressing now, 200 plus totals are chased with ease. Can we also potentially see as till this year's IPL, we also knew 16 is a comfortable point. We might see 16 teams with 16 points also being missing out. So just like a Mumbai Indians, if they make it to the 16, they also do need to keep a good net run rate.
Yeah, I think that's been the norm that we have seen for the last 2 3 years since the 10 team inception. 16 has been that benchmark, and run rate is what has always decided the number 3 and 4 spots. And most of the times, the 1 and 2 spots have been sealed by some team that's gone on a runway lead. But always these third and fourth playoffs and all that fight will be based on the run rate, is what I feel. So teams at this point of time in the tournament, when you're winning, I think they should push the pedal and make sure they win it a bigger margin with either by chasing or defending a total. So I think that may prove a bit crucial because at the end, if you try and make it up, sometimes can be a tougher equation to breach, I feel.
100% agreed. But when it comes to this fixture, CSK versus LSG, number 4 versus number 5, both teams on 8 points. Huge game, I must tell you.
Yeah, huge for both. I mean, a win will always propel them closer to the top of the playoffs, and a loss will kind of hamper the plannings that they need. But end of the day, what CSK has done is they have made their home a fortress and winning their games there, and an odd away game. That's been the template they have followed for years. I think that's how they are trying to progress into playoff. LSG has been a bit mixed here and there. I think that they need to gather their thoughts and get a bit more aggressive at times. I know the strike rate and all those things come into equation for certain players at the top of the order, but if they can get that clarity in their mind, because they too also have a very good spin attack to
Yeah.
match CSK if the pitches are spin friendly. So I feel it'll be a good battle.
Okay, you're expecting a good battle. We are done with the points table. Let's straight away move on to the head-to-head between CSK and LSG. It's a very small head-to-head, I must tell you, with LSG having a slight edge. But let's keep our focus down towards the Chidambaram Stadium. And you said it's a fortress. Only 18 matches CSK has lost out of 67 matches. Indeed, it's a fortress. They are, if my memory is correct, they are unbeaten this season as well at home.
Yeah.
So talk us through what could potentially be a huge ask for the Lucknow Super Giants at Chennai.
As I was saying, the spin will be a good threat for LSG to bank upon. But problem is at CSK, there's a guy who's been a bully to spinners in Shivam Dube. So he can take down their guys like a Krunal Pandya or
Ravi
Ravi
Bishnoi.
Bishnoi. That kind of threat will be negated by Dube's power hitting, because he's a tall lad. So that reach is a factor for him to swing through the line. I think Dube's impact has been really huge this season. Of course, as an impact player, also has come in and kind of made sure he's pretty much fresh rather than fielding for few overs and coming in. So I think that has helped him to have a bit more clarity in his mind and just done his role to perfection. But coming to this head to head, I think Pritham, one thing, only one game was at Chennai. All others were in a neutral venue
Exactly.
or at Lucknow. So I think small sample size, but at Chennai, as you said, Fortress, Ambuden, CSK always start favorites.
CSK always starts favorites. No brainers for that for Rohan. We will see what happens today at 7 p.m. when it comes to toss. You know to know what is the best thing to do at the toss. Let's take a look into the pitch report of Chennai. Here is the pitch report, Rohan. It's always a very even Stevens, but still team elects to bat first and looks to defend targets. But recently we have seen Dew coming into the picture. What's your take? What should a team do when they win the toss at Chennai?
I think they'll definitely like to bat. I mean, CSK love it with the kind of bowlers at the fag end to defend someone like a Patirana there bowling those Yorkers. I think they know even how to defend with even Fizz has done well. I'm not sure of his availability, but
He's available till the 2nd of May.
till 2nd of May. I think so. That's good for them, because that's an area since DJ Bravo has gone. I think they were found a bit wanting. But guys like a Tushar Deshpande, Shardul Thakur, all these guys have stepped up and done a good job collectively. So I think CSK will love to defend also. But in case they have to chase, I think they have a gun team to do that also. I think CSK are a well-rounded unit. I don't think the toss is a huge matter for them.
Okay, toss is not a huge factor for CSK, says. Not even for the Lucknow Super Giants. We'll see a good game of cricket. We'll see what the captains elect to do once winning the toss. It's time to move on to the key elements the teams have learned from their previous game. And there is no other team because they faced each other the last time. When it comes to CSK, I think here are the 3 pointers. Ajinkya Rahane at the opener clicked. Deepak Char has been very poor this season, to be very honest, in my opinion, with the new ball. And once again, I say this: MSD should bat higher up the order. Rohan, give us the 3 pointers. Which one do you agree most?
The last one, man. I mean, MS, if he bats higher up the order, I think everyone will be happy, irrespective of the result award. I think possibly the last season, the more you see of him, it's less for all of us as fans. And the way you're striking the other day, I mean, sixes galore, due respect to the bowlers, whoever was, but MSD looked in prime form and vintage
Exactly.
MSD. All those shots, I mean, it was fun to watch, and that's what you come here for the IPL, especially as a CSK fan. You will love to see MS bat as high as possible and get as many runs. So that will be a huge, definite point to watch out for me.
Okay, and what a little bit thought about Ajinkya Rahane opening, Ruturaj at number 3, and also about Deepak Char.
I think that was a good, smart move for that particular game from CSK with asking Ajinkya to open. But I think Rutraj Gaikwad is a better suited opener. I think they tried to play a bit one man up there against LSG, but I feel Gaikwad should open. Ajinkya, though, is a good player. I think what they're trying to do is more of a boundary hitter within the power play. So make maximum use of Rahane's ability is what I feel. Deepak Char, I think I'm not sure how fit he is to do so well. We always seen his ifs and ands with respect to his body. I think that's where the lack of pace also, and even the swing is missing this season a lot for him.
Very much.
I think that's where he's been struggling. Even the length and speed have been a bit below par. I think a huge area for improvement for him too.
Absolutely, you summed it up very well. But when it comes to the fixtures, two back-to-back home games, Lucknow and SRH at home. Talk us through this. Two important games for Chennai. Can they get 4 points?
Huge game, especially SRH. We know the kind of power batting these guys are doing, man. They're setting records as if it's just every day work for them, routine. gun side, one of the threatening teams. I know too much of a similarity between what the England team does in white ball cricket in the coming in the previous years as well as the baseball era now. But always I feel if the pitch is flat, I think they may get unstuck with the plan. So I'm not sure if the pitch starts a bit holding up a little bit. All these big hitters can be exposed, but
Yeah,
they're enjoying their free time and all this big hits for entertainment for the people watching. But I feel come a big day, if they fail, I think that will be one of the areas for SRH to work upon. But I think CSK at any time and against any team at home,
at home.
always fortress for them.
Always fortress. But you said about SRH, we always have seen that explosion is the bat, but still they need an improvement with their bowling unit. I genuinely feel even the
Yeah.
Kolkata Knight Riders, to be very honest.
Yeah, sure. I think that's what I said. It's like England, if they're getting, I mean, if they're scoring at 7 or 8 and over, it means even they're conceding the same way to chase that, right?
Exactly.
So the bowling has been a worry where they're trying to stack it up with the batting unit's firepower and come out of the rut, you can say. But uh, it doesn't help always. As I said, in certain conditions that plan works, the template. If the conditions go against them, they don't have a plan B to follow upon. I feel.
Absolutely, that's the right thing you have mentioned. We're done with the fixtures for the Chennai Super Kings. It's time over the opponents, which is the Lucknow Super Giants. I think Kunal Pandya bowled very well the last game. He had Ravindra Jadeja at the other end, a lefty to lefty. We all know is very dangerous, but he bowled well. We saw the aggressive nature of KL Rahul as the game progressed. He improved his strike rate. He batted till the end. And also Quinton de Kock, he has been giving blistering starts for the Lucknow Super Giants in the power play. Talk us through these points and also the fixtures.
Yeah, I think you rightly said Krunal bowling to a lefty like a Jaddu there. I think what he did was he varied his speed, varied his length. I think he was pretty smart. I mean, on that kind of a pitch against a team like CSK with Jaddu and others who are in decent form, I think to go for less than 6 and over is gold for any spinner in this day and age. I think Krunal has been one of the underrated and unsung heroes for LSG this season. He has quietly gone on under the radar and done his job. KL, I feel that pitch was. Not so easy for a stroke maker. I think he adapted to the conditions very well
Exactly,
and
that's the
made
right
sure.
word.
Yeah, and he kind of made sure they got down the target easily without any hiccups. So I think that's good to see KL adapt there and come up as a captain. Also, I think that'll give him more confidence leading up to the coming stage of the tournament. I think Decock, I think always has played that free spirit, and because of him, I think KL can take his time and get going easily. So QDK, I think, has eased that pressure of run rate in the power play on KL.
Absolutely, you have rightly mentioned. But when it comes to the fixtures, they face Chennai this time. But they now go to back to home. But they face the Rajasthan Royals. Two huge games, very tough opponents. Talk us through these two fixtures for Lucknow.
I think against Rajasthan, I think again a quality game for watching, especially with respect to how a Bolt will go against KL. He has always done well, and he has also rated someone like KL as one of the better batsmen. I'm not sure how Bolt said that because I think he's got his number pretty much. But guys like Ashwin, Chahal at Lucknow, I think they'll fancy their chances because it's a huge ground. They would love to give that little bit of extra air to get that little extra
Look,
purchase.
yeah.
And even someone like a Maharaj can come into the equation there. So I think RR will be well equipped for the conditions, and of course, Josh the boss in form. I think that's kind of given them one more edge this season.
Also, Riyad Barak, to be very honest, at number four is
Rian
also
Parag,
nice.
from the start of the season, I've always been asking him to see that how he does well. RR will progress so further. I think he has done pretty much exceeded the expectation, if you ask me.
Exactly, he has exceeded the expectation. I'm very happy for him. We're done with the key learnings for both the teams from the previous match. It's time to move on to the top three players to watch out for. Here are the three players from both the sides. For me, it's KL Rahul, Nicholas Pooran, and Ravi Bishnoi. At Chennai, I think he's going to get a little bit of spin. For Chennai, it's Rituraj Gaikwad, Shivam Dubey, and a Pathirana. Any changes for you? Any more? Any other player you want to add out of these six players other than Samita?
I think you'll miss the MS Dhoni. I know because he has not batted so much, so you don't want to put him into the watch out for. But if he gets even a couple of overs to bat, 6 7 balls, and he gets a 20 25 odd, I think that's been impactful knock. But KL and Gaikwad, I think, are similar players. I think they adapt to the conditions and situations, and they play their innings. They pace the innings pretty much on the right gear. Pooran, I think, has been sensational, man. That guy's power hitting is out of this world. In the T10 leagues around the world, we have seen him dominate. I think finally in the IPL he has arrived. I feel, or else
Yeah.
playing for Punjab and all, he was a bit of a letdown. But I think finally he's understood the conditions and played his game accordingly. Dubey, as I said, is a murderer of spin bowling. But importantly, I think is also worked on his game against the pacers, especially short pitch balls. I think he's handled them much better and has his game plan worked out well. So Dubey is another good tick mark for CSK. Bishno, I think, has not had that much of an impact. He has gone. I think he needs to bit more vary his pace. I think he's been bit too
Okay.
quick through
Exactly. I
the
think he's been too quick this time. Yeah.
too good, very quick. I feel, in fact, too flat. Also, I think he needs to be a bit more take his time. I know there's not much time in the T20 these days, but if he can slow down a little bit and think what to do, as they say, I think he'll be better spinner in the coming years to come. Patirana, I think, at that Yorker which he goes to, I think has been his killer blow. Uh, One of the X factors why CSK is in the position they are so far at this season. Lots of those games could have gone either way, but because of Patirana's wicket taking ability, I think they're still in the contention at home and away.
Absolutely, he was sensational against the Mumbai Indians. The way they defended the target, he was the rock star. Even Mustafizur Rahman has been adapting to the conditions at Chepauk. You've summed it up these six players pretty well. It's time we move on to the three battles in this game. Here are the three battles according to me. I still keep a Pathirana versus Nicholas Puran at the death. I have a Mohsin Khan versus Rachin Ravinder, who has been very off form recently, I think, with the bat, and a Ravi Bishnoi versus Shivam Dubey. Here are the three battles for me. Which one are you most eagerly to wait or watch?
For me, I'll definitely like to see how Puran goes against someone like Patirana. I think this is the decisive phase of the game that where they come in at the death overs, how he hits those big hits against the Yorker King in Patirana. I think that will be pretty much a key battle, as you rightly said. But Mohsin Khan has been pretty impressive this season. Looks fitter, stronger, and I think the pace is a little bit high too. But I
Yeah,
sincerely hope the guy who has been the star of this IPL for LSG, if he returns, Mayank Yadav, I think that
I
will
think
be
he's
a
going to return today.
I hope so. If he does, I think there'll be another kind of dimension that all of us will love to watch. Again, doesn't matter which team you're a franchise fan. I think for Indian cricket, if this guy does well at Chennai, I think his
Can we
confidence will
see a
go
Mayank
skyrocket.
Yadav versus MS Dhoni?
All right, it'll be fun to watch, man. It'll be box office. I'm telling you.
Okay, and even the last battle, Bishnoi versus
Last
Dubey.
battle, as I said, Dubey against any spinner, I think there'll be one winner only. Shivam Dubey will tear apart either Bishnoi or Prunal Pandey if they don't get their lens right. I think you need to be a bit more smart. That's where I'm saying if Bishnoi can slow down his pace, I think that's where he can get someone like a Dubey. If he keeps bowling flat and into the pitch, I think he'll travel outside into the Marina Bay.
Okay, I've asked this to anyone, I guess previous guests as well. I asked the same question to you. Who is a better player of spin? Is it Shivam Dubey or Henrik Klassen?
Dubey, man. I mean, Klassen can dominate, but at times he doesn't pick the bowler from the hand. Someone like a Kuldeep, we have seen him, or even a Chahal get the better of him because he gets a bit too excited. Dubey watches his hand also pretty well for a spinner. And because of his longer reach, I think even if he gets beaten in the flight, he kind of hits through the line straight, which fetches him better results.
Okay, you're going with Shivam Dubey. The previous guest went with Henrik Klassen. So it's 1-1. I will find another guest who can decide who wins between these two
Tie
battles.
break.
We're done with the battles. It's time we move on to the predicted playing 11. Starting with the Chennai Super Kings and its 11, I think I'm gone with the same 11. It was a bold call to drop somebody like a Mitchell and went with Moeen Ali. I think Moeen was under bowled the previous game against Lucknow. He had a few lefties against him. But here is my 11. I still have Deepak Char, no Shardul Thakur. What's your take on this one?
Again, that's the only guy I feel who has not quite performed. That's Deepak Chahar. I think they can go with the Lord because he offers you something with a bat at the end also and more control in the middle stages and has that wicket taking ability. So Shardul for me can start ahead of Deepak Chahar, but you never know with CSK. They don't like to change at times. The back the guy who's not doing so well and who is down,
Exactly.
and he can come in and surprise most of us as usual. So I won't be surprised if they go unchanged. But personally, given on form, I'll say I wouldn't mind if Shardul plays.
Okay, you're saying Shardul Thakur in place of Deepak Char. That could be the only change for captain Ruturaj Gaikwad for the Chennai Super Kings. Going to their opponents, which is Lucknow Super Giants, I think they have a set 11. I have that man in my playing 11, Mayank Yadav. I think the way Justin Langer summed it up, I think he's expected to play today's game. And also, if Chennai is a surface where cutters will have, I think Naveen Ulhaq can be an ideal choice as well. Once again, back into the surface. Talk us through this 11, please.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, Naveen has that experience on these kind of pitches to take the pace off and be successful. But how a Mayank does on a pitch like this, I think will be a something learning for him. Even if he gets hit or like that, I think he'll get only better if he has this experience of playing in Chennai. Irrespective of the results, how much wickets he picks or goes for runs, I think this game can evolve him better. And one more guy, that local lad, if he plays Manivan Siddharth, he's been a real good gun left arm spinner for the TNPL franchise, as well as LSG finally were playing him. Has a good arm ball and good variations. I will not be at all surprised if he comes in as an impact player straight away and opens the bowling against CSK.
Yeah, even I have him as the impact player, but his arm ball is too quick, and that is a very, very good thing. I think it's very dangerous with the new ball. We'll see when it comes to Lucknow Super Giants and its playing 11. We're done with the playing 11 for both the sides. It's time over to the predictions time now. Match number 39, Rohan. It's Lucknow Super Giants against the Chennai Super Kings at Chepauk. You said Fortress. Are you still sticking towards it? What's the percentage? 50-50, 60-40? What's it?
I'll say 60-40 to CSK because LSG also have the firepower to match CSK. But again, that home crowd, when MSD gets going, I think difficult for someone like Lucknow to bear it, I feel. So that's the reason, only reason of MSD, I feel, give that edge to CSK.
Okay, so you're going with both MSD having a little edge, Chennai Super Kings having a little edge. We will see what happens today. But we are done with the predictions as well, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the end. Thank you so much, Rohan. It's a very important game for both the sides. 8 points is what both the teams are on. The team wins will move on to double-digit points. Thank you so much, all. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Till then, thank you so much, and bye bye.